we cannot take this race for granted. Because you saw the leftist agenda on display tonight, and Kennedy is far worse than what you saw tonight, knowing what he would stand for. He would crush the energy jobs that are prolific here as well as across the state of Texas. He would believe in policies like he talked about, which is defunding the police. He would decimate our economy, that is one of the strongest in the history of the country. Texas, in fact, has led the nation for the most new jobs since you last re-elected me. We will continue that for 4 more years. It's hard to talk about something in 1 minute. I want to take more than 1 minute to explain something that's going on that is invading the safety of our communities. It's going on prolifically in Harris County, Texas, where they're letting dangerous criminals out on bail. I was in Houston, Texas, a couple of days after a law enforcement officer there was shot and killed by a person who was out on bail who had been arrested for murder last year. And that's not the only one. There's been more than 200 people killed in Harris County by people who were let on bail. Just in the past year alone, there's more than 300 women sexually assaulted each of the past 3 years by someone who was let out on bail in Harris County. We will not let the leftist agenda hijack our safety. We are going to instill reforms that keep those dangerous criminals behind bars. And yes, we will fully fund our law enforcement officers because we got the back.
School teachers and retired school teachers who are here right now. We're going to pay you enough so you don't work a second job. Retired teachers get a cost of living adjustment every single year, and we're going to cancel the STAR test in the state of Texas so you can focus on those kids in front of you in the classroom. The way we do this is by going to the doors of each and every single one of our neighbors, making sure they understand the stakes of this election. That we want a better economy and better jobs. We want to raise the minimum wage from $7.25 an hour to $15 an hour at minimum in the state. We want to work with our brothers and sisters in labor and make sure this becomes a right to organize state so that we elevate unions in the state of Texas. And we no longer want to see a demagogue in power who vilifies and demonizes immigrants. Working with extraordinary people in this community, organizations like Lupe, who stand and fight for farm workers and migrants and those willing to do the work in this community and in this state that no one else will do. Standing and fighting for asylum seekers who cannot go home to their home country because it will mean the certain death of their child. All they're asking for is a safe, legal, orderly path to come to this country, to do better for themselves, and to make sure that all of us get to do better as a result. That is our Texas, leading with solutions, doing great things for one another.
Any other community in Texas will meet the same fate as these 19 children did on the 24th of May of this very year, along with their 2 extraordinary teachers who had already sacrificed so much for those kids day in and day out, and ultimately gave their lives for them. The answers are before us, and you've heard the parents themselves who know this better, unfortunately, than any of us here do, that raising the age of purchase for a weapon originally designed for war. Felix, who served twice in Iraq, willing to put his life on the line for this country, described coming back safely to the United States of America, to Uvalde, but his daughter up against one of those weapons of war, not able to make it through that school day or through that school year. Raising the minimum age of purchase to 21 is something that not only do all of us here agree on, not only does the mayor of Uvalde and the entire city council, who, as Veronica said, demanded that the governor call a special session to bring Republicans and Democrats around the table to do just that. But I've traveled to every part of this state, literally. Listened to people who are for me. I've listened to people who will never vote for me. All of them agree that this makes sense. It allows us to continue to defend the Second Amendment while better protecting the lives of our children.